This short video is a demonstration of the Faunal Cluster ID tool, and this tool is designed to match new macrofaunal data to existing cluster groups identified in this paper. And if we scroll down to figure 4, you'll see a map of the UK, lots of coloured dots. These are places where grab and core samples have been collected for macrofauna, and we've undertaken a clustering of those data using k-means and identified 12 different groups, and those 12 groups are represented by different colors. So the app that we're looking at is designed to match new data, so for new samples, to these 12 existing cluster groups. Now, the methodology behind the app is all set out in this paper, and that is an open access publication, and you can get that from this website if you want more details. But I'll give a quick overview of how it works. So to access the tool, you can go to the CFAS Open Science site, and it's tool number 5. So if you just click on that, and then it will open up, and it looks like this. So the screen is sort of split into 3 sections. So you've got some things that you can download and upload, and button to press, and then in the middle you've got a map where you'll see your results, see your samples and the results of the analysis, and then over here on the right is some further information, and you've got tabs for the different different results. So let's have a look at an example. So the first thing you do is download a template. So you click on that button, and that will open up a CSV file. So it's a pretty simple structure. You've got a column for sample codes. You've got 2 further columns for your sample coordinates, and they should be in lat long WGS84. And then all the other columns are for taxa, which were in the baseline data set. And these are at family level and above. So you need to get your data into that format, and you'll end up with each sample will be a row in this format. So once you've done that, you save that somewhere on your machine. You can then upload your data by clicking the Browse button and navigating to the file. So I'll just choose an example here. And once that upload's completed, the bar will go blue, and you'll see your samples shown in the map. So these are all the locations for my sample site, and this is in the Eastern English Channel. This is some marine protected area data. Over on the right here, you'll see the sample codes and the coordinates for these locations, and you can click then the match button, and what's happened there is, through a process of a machine learning approach, your new data are matched to these existing cluster groups, and the samples will be colored according to their to the group to which they're assigned. And in the results tab here, you get the sample codes, lat longs, and the assigned cluster group. On the distance tab, this shows you the distance of your sample to each of the different 12 cluster centers. So for this first sample, which is in D2A, which is the red group, if we just scroll across and look at those distance to cluster centers for each of these 12 groups, you'll see that the lowest value is for D2A. So that's why that sample is assigned to that group. We've also got a percentiles tab here, and this gives you an idea of how well, or some idea of how well your sample is to the center of its assigned cluster group. So that can be quite interesting and useful information. And then here on this cluster characteristics tab, you just get some information about the sort of taxa that you generally find associated with these different groups, and information about the mean richness and abundance, which can also be helpful. In the map, you can you obviously get your results for your test samples, but you can also turn on the baseline data set as well. To get your data on top, you just uncheck and then check again. So you've got the baseline data set behind there, so you can see how your samples fit in with the patterns in the baseline data. So you can see that there's a pretty good match there with samples which were collected previously at this location. So this tool is really designed for people who are undertaking new characterization surveys, and they want to be able to see how their site fits into the bigger picture. But it can also be used for monitoring. So, if you're returning to a site and you want to know whether you've got the same sorts of macrofaunal assemblages present, then you can submit your monitoring data and use it in that way. I hope that's helpful. Thank you.